Will be overtaken at the box office by one of the old favourites. The new Star Trek movie, First Contact, took $30 million in its first weekend in the States, and next week it opens here.
This is Captain Picard of the Enterprise. I'm taking command of the fleet. Target all of your weapons onto the following coordinates. Fire at my command.
Sir, the coordinates you have indicated do not appear to be a vital system.
Trust me, Data.
The fleet's responded, sir. They're standing by.
Fire.
Well, Brent Spiner and Marina Sirtis, who you just glimpsed there, are here. Nice to see you. You were just asking where Judy is. If anyone's just tuned in, she's got terrible tummy problems and she's had to go home.
Oh.
Yes, proper poorly.
Oh.
Anyway, I like the characters that you play. It's characters with a bit of edge. I mean, you're a sort of android with emotions.
Not even sort of. Completely. Completely android.
Sort of, this is Spock reversed, isn't it?
Yes, it is, exactly. It's the antithesis of Spock.
Yeah, because he was programmed not, well, he programmed himself in his evolution not to have emotions, but you're programmed to have them.
Right. He rejected his humanity, and I want nothing more than to be human.
Right.
Yeah.
Which gets you into trouble, which we'll discuss in a second in the film, and you basically get drunk.
Well, this is a departure for my character, I do have to say, because for 178 episodes and a movie, she was the most together, you know,
Absolutely.
kind of calm, collected,
rock solid,
cerebral, you know, all those things, character that you could ever hope to meet. And then suddenly in this movie, it's all gone. It's like something she just discovers tequila, and that's the end of the story.
Is that because is that the sequence where you go? It's very complicated, the story. You can tell it to me actually, rather than me try and summarise it. Is that when you go back in the past?
Yes, we go back to the past to actually make sure that Star Trek happens. We want to make sure that Zephram Cochrane, who is played by Jamie Cromwell, goes on the first warp flight and makes contact with the first aliens.
You know your stuff, don't you?
Well, you have to read the script, really, don't you?
I just read my bits. I don't. This is news to me.
What I like about there's a scene we're going to show here now with you, is that you're actually able, with the twist of a head, to deprogram your anxiety.
Exactly.
This is lovely. I wish I could do that. Let's have a quick look.
Captain, I believe I am feeling anxiety. It is an intriguing sensation. The most distracting.
I'm sure it's a fascinating experience, but perhaps you should deactivate your emotion chip for now.
Good idea, sir. Done.
Data, there are times that I envy you.
He took the words out of my mouth. It looked like a bit of earwax. It's just been sort of cleared out. It's lovely. Where's some... obviously, this isn't going to be the end of the series of films. Where do you think your character's going to go? Is he going to become human?
I'm hoping Tahiti, you know. Data, exactly. Data needs to experience the South Seas, I think.
Android.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I have no idea. You know, I wish I could say I write this character, but I don't. It's left up to the writers and producers to tell me what I'm going to be doing next.
Yeah. Do you guys feel a tremendous sense of kind of artistic responsibility, really? Because you've got such a big fan base. I mean, people go to the movies, not just, you know, like we do, because I'm not a Trekkie, but I enjoy the films, you know, just to have a good time. But people go to check it out, make sure everything ties in, you know, the characters are heading in the right direction, and everything's logical.
I'm not so sure that's true. I think sometimes the Trekkers get a bad...
Sorry, the Trekkers.
Trekkers get a, politically correct, get a bad rap, because I think people think that they are, you know, so obsessed, and they go and watch the movie under a magnifying glass.
Right.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
Well, you meet them, you'd know.
Yeah. I mean, they basically, with our cast, at this point, they haven't seen us in anything new for 2 years, and they're just desperate to see us again on the screen.
So
and they're just, they're just happy that we're there, you know.
Right. Now, as I said, the storyline is that you're taking on, what is it, the Baths? The Borgs?
Borg.
The Borg. The Borg.
Yeah.
Sorry, Baths. You're taking on the Borgs, who are like sort of alien ants taking over the universe. They kind of eat everything up and move on. Yeah.
What did you call them?
Ants.
Those are the Baths?
Oh, the Baths, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
because we're looking for a new villain. I think that may be it.
Baths are coming.
The Baths are coming.
Yeah, all right. And they go back in time to the point in time when the world is very vulnerable, because it's just, is it just after the Third World War?
It's just after the Third World War, yes. And they go back, and what they're trying to do is, they assimilate. That's the official term that they use. And basically, they find beings, whether they're human or other type of beings, and they turn them into half machine, half human.
Right.
And then they become part of the collective.
Right, I see.
They're like, there's like a queen bee in the drones,
there
and they'll
are ants
become
like
drones.
that, you know, who take rubber nests, and they lay their eggs inside the other ants, and then they transfer the colony to their own type.
You learn something new every day, don't you?
Yeah, it's somewhere in the Amazon, I think. All right, anyway, so you go, how does the Enterprise get back in time then? Does it get to warp factor 10 million or something?
We go through a temporal vortex.
Oh, I'm glad you I couldn't remember what it was called.
You know, the Borg's sphere moves at such a fast speed it creates a hole in space and in time.
I can believe
they go
this.
through, and we go through after them before it closes.
Right, okay, and that's where you have a drink.
That's, yeah.
You need one after that.
Yeah, it's very trying, you know. So.
All right, and who are we seeing you here with? Here's a scene where you're trying, who's getting information out of who here?
Well, officially, I have been sent to try and find Zefram Cochrane and make sure that he does this flight.
Right.
And so we've been looking for him,
right.
And I have found him.
Here we are.
I think we have to tell him the truth.
If we tell the truth, the timeline...
Timeline? This is no time to argue about time. We don't have the time. What was I saying?
You're drunk.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
Look, he wouldn't even talk to me unless I had a drink with him. And then it took 3 shots of something called Tequila just to find out he was the one we're looking for. And I've spent the last 20 minutes trying to keep his hands off me. So don't go criticizing my counseling techniques.
Sorry. That was worryingly authentic.
I know. It's funny because in America there are a lot of method actors, you know, who kind of have to get into the role. And people have been saying to me, so you were really drunk, were you? And I said, no, but I have been in my life, you know, once or twice, and I just kind of remembered it.
An actor has to draw from their experience.
Yes.
Of life, yeah. Well, listen, the very best of luck with it in Britain.
Thank
It opens
you.
on Friday, is it here?
Yes.
That's right. And is it actually outgrossed Independence Day in America? Or is it kind of catching up?
No, but Brent was in Independence Day, so he's on a winner both ways.
You were the guy who got throttled by the alien, weren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Smacked up against the window.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah. Like I say, I did see it on a tiny airline screen, and you kind of didn't get the same effect.
It wasn't so painful on an airline screen. No.
Absolutely. It was good stuff. Anyway, thanks a lot for coming in. Good luck with it.
Thanks
so much. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you. All right.